Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm just going to make this video on XRP. Now I'm not one of those people that loves or hates XRP. It's simply just a coin to me, an opportunity to make some money or, lose some money. I've made a lot of money with XRP in the last bull run, so I do have a place in my heart. So for all those people that, jump on my back when I say bearish things about it, I've got nothing against it. I love it. It made me the most money out of any cryptocurrency has ever done. But that said, it's not looking very good, is it? I mean, it's looking pretty bad. No, I mean, we're looking at it here against Bitcoin. So this is the tether pairing. The Satoshi values, which just looks terrible. It looks awful. It's probably one of the worst, in fact. But what does what does that mean to anybody? There's two things to bear in mind with XRP. It's extremely popular. There's a lot of people holding it. It's got an enormous market cap, but it just does not ever want to react to anything. Ripple, the company, make move after move, and they're operating with some huge banks, and it's a very successful company, but the price is never reflected on XRP, the token. I couldn't help myself but pick some up after it broke down just recently, so I bought some just today, because I do feel like, even though it's got a little further to fall, and I believe it definitely does have a bit further to fall, I've been looking for an XRP below 20 cent now for a couple of months, and receiving a lot of hate from my previous videos for saying that, and it's just something I put up with. But I got close to that 20 cent area, so I bought some. So we've picked some up now. I'm part of the XRP army. I'm using it on Bybit, so I'm going to be trading it. I'm not going to be hodling it. I'm going to be using it as a trading tool now that I've picked it up at a reasonable price. So let's start charting this one out then, shall we? So what do I look at first when I see an asset like XRP? I see bearishness. I don't see any opportunity for it to break above, even break above 25 cent at the moment, to be honest with you. We have a very nice bounce from this level here. So we broke down and we have bounced very well, but so has Bitcoin. And Bitcoin to me looks like it wants to break down again. Here we are in this little zone here, and if you've watched my video on Bitcoin, you'll understand where I'm coming from. If you haven't, I've literally just uploaded a video, so just have a look at that. But I do expect us to be bouncing around within this area. Now XRP seems to it's one of those ones that doesn't react very well to Bitcoin going down, nor does it react very well to Bitcoin going up. It's kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't. It's like, for me, it's in many ways like trading a poor forex chart, really. For a devaluing currency. There's more moves to be made on the way down, but there is always that opportunity that one of these moves down will be the absolute bottom, and that's what I'm looking to catch. It's getting to the level now where I think that there will be an absolute bottom coming out, and it won't go any lower. And to me, that bottom will be between 19 and 16 cents. Now you could argue that this has already been the bottom, and hence the giant wick and the what could actually become a reversal. That is an argument that you could make. But also, what I would urge you to look at is the fact that we're beneath all major moving averages, which are all facing down. Every single one of them facing down. Now we're on the daily chart here. What we have here is a cross on the Ichimoku cloud. It was above the cloud, but it's a negative cross, meaning that there's going to be a continuation, which is what we've got. So we've got that continuation of the move down. That's fair enough. Let's have a look at the weeklies, see if the weeklies tells us anything interesting. Now, it's the first time I've looked at it, because like I say, I only bought the XRP today because it was very, very cheap. So that's the only reason I picked it up, because I do expect it to gain value, obviously, in the future. But I am just going to be using it as a trading tool. So the weekly doesn't really tell us anything useful other than it's clearly still very bearish. Waiting for that bottom to be made now. Like I say, could be where I bought it. I'm neutral. I'm not trading it right now because I'm actually watching Bitcoin, and to be honest with you, I'm waiting for it to break down again. And when that breaks down, we will be expecting another a deep correction with all altcoins. Especially XRP. So again, just to reiterate, I'm one of you now. I'm holding the XRP. I intend on accumulating it through trading on Bybit. I want to get as many as I can possibly get. Starting off small, but you know the way Bybit is. If you're careful, if you plan your trades, you can really make some decent money. And that's what I plan on doing. I plan on accumulating at least 10 times the amount I've got just through appropriate trading. So for the moment, neutral. Where am I going to go from here? I'm just going to wait to see what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin breaks down, great. I will wait for another dead cat bounce like this. If Bitcoin breaks down beneath this level here that I've got set out for ourselves, where are we? This level here, which is 6,600, which is where we bounce from this time. If we break down beneath there, we will be coming all the way down to 5,000 and just below, around about 4,500, and that is what's going to bring XRP down into the mid to low teens perhaps. I would expect 16 cent be an all-time low for XRP, and that's where I would be very happy to catch my bottom of XRP and sail it from that point onwards comfortably all the way back up, at least to 50 cent before I close my long on that. I want to hold that long for as long as possible, and I would expect some big moves to be made if we get a low area of 16 cent for XRP, which again, like I say, it's just an asset. You know, it will go up in value. Definitely, it will. I'm not saying it's a terrible one. I'm not saying it's a bad one. I'm saying that it has a very strong chance of going down into the mid-teens. Let's just say 16 cent. And if I'm lucky enough to catch it going down, fine. But I'm more interested in buying it going back up. And that is my strategy for this one now. We are getting close to our bottom, and we may have already hit that bottom. But all eyes are on Bitcoin. And just to reiterate, Bitcoin appears to be having a death cross incoming any moment now, and in order to avoid that death cross, it needs to rocket in the next 24 to 48 hours max. It needs to rocket above 8,500 to be safe, to avoid the death cross, and then we can talk about a continuation of a move up, and that will lift XRP as it will all altcoins. But at the moment, they're almost all on their knees, apart from Matic, which if you watch my channel you know that I'd accumulate Matic like you wouldn't believe. All apart from Matic, pretty much altcoins are down with Bitcoin, and will continue to be down with Bitcoin. They cannot escape Bitcoin, which is the dictator of the market, and whichever way Bitcoin goes, all altcoins will generally go, apart from a few. But generally speaking, it dictates the market. So XRP will be going down if Bitcoin goes down, and because we've got a death cross on the daily chart here, it looks, well, we don't have it, but we're about to have it any minute really, in the next couple of days, unless of course we have that giant move of it's got to be $15,000 move up now, as soon as possible to avoid it. And even then we could retrace. So a 16 cent XRP would not surprise me, and in fact it would actually be very good, because that to me would look like it's the bottom, and the bottom will coincide with Bitcoin's bottom, which to me is going to be this level down here, 4,900. That is going to be the lowest it'll ever go. So watching Bitcoin is basically telling us how to trade XRP, and to catch a bottom of XRP will be to catch a bottom of Bitcoin, and I'm going to try and do both. I'm going to try and catch both of those bottoms. So like I say, I'm part of the XRP army now. I will be making regular videos because it's my intention to hold this for the long run and gain and earn as many as I can through trading on Bybit. And if you don't trade on Bybit, have a look at, I've got links at the bottom. Follow those links, set one up. It's an affiliate link, so I get some benefits, you get some benefits. And have a look at trading yourself. But I should mention, I'm not a financial advisor, it's not financial advice, and one word of warning is if you do decide to do margin trading, be very, very careful. Don't be tempted to do 25x's or 10x's or maybe even 5x's. If you've never done it before, just do 2x, okay? Just practice on 2x. You'll still be making money, you'll be making decent money. Just, it's always better to make some profit than to lose money. Yeah, so just bear that in mind. You'll always be happy if you've made some money. You'll never be happy if you lose it. Don't let the greed get the better of you. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice evening, and take care.